Virginia at Work, we're taking a look at the pros and cons of collaborating at work. Our friends at K92 asked this Cortex poll question. When you have to collaborate with coworkers on a project, does that make it easier or harder? 52% of people said it's easier. 48% believe it is harder. So how do you know that your collaboration will be successful? That's a question Eric Fitzpatrick and Mike Wilson had to ask when they created a business collaboration now on display at the Alexander Heath Contemporary Gallery. It's called Beautiful Creatures, and so far, many say it is a success. Eric and Mike are joining us now live in studio, along with Linda McNutt-Foster. Good to see all three of you.
Good morning.
You too. Good morning.
There's a lot of exciting things going on. We saw a little bit of the video. We're going to dig into it a little bit deeper, but we want to ask you, Linda, when it comes to collaboration, you have kind of lived in the art world since you were a kid, but did you ever hear about collaborations?
But Eric and I were talking about, when I grew up on like street art shows. My dad was a professional artist.
Oh,
so
wow.
My mother did the business, my father did the art, which was kind of a really good combination. And he loved sort of talking with and wanted to collaborate with artists, but it wasn't that easy because they tend to have very strong personalities. So I was really, I know.
We're so easygoing.
So who was hard to convince between the two of you?
Eric was a little hard to convince.
I wasn't sure of it at first, but he had a great idea, and he approached me. I thought, well, we'll try it once. Let's see how it goes.
Right.
And it turned out so well, we just ran with it.
Well, so what have been some of the lessons that you've learned? Because this has been going on for a little while now. It's actually about to wrap up.
What did you learn, Eric?
Actually, I learned that it's great to work with somebody else that'll push you out of your comfort zone and take you somewhere else you couldn't go by yourself. It really was a great thing to have Mike sort of spinning off ideas and say, okay, let's go here, let's do this. And I think it sort of lifted the whole thing. We got something better than either one of us could do, right?
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah.
And I think those collaborations, if they don't hurt a little, then they're probably not going to be successful. Because if it's not hurting, if it's not stretching, then at the end of the day, it's probably something you could have done on your own anyway.
Well, and if you look at some of those artwork, I know that we have a video that we can take very quickly for everyone. When you look at some of that artwork, from what it started out as in the beginning, you kind of took it to a whole new level. Talk to us about what we're seeing here.
Go ahead, Eric.
Well, what we're seeing here are basically the charcoals that led to the planning stage, to oils, to painting on the human body. Mike brought models in and sort of guided me through that process. We'd paint on the person, and then they'd peel it off, and we would take the peelings and frame those as well as collages. So it's sort of a fascinating run through the whole process is what you see when you go in the door.
And here I didn't know that Mike was giving us previews on Facebook that I hadn't even picked up on. I just thought you were posting some pretty great work.
I'm not. Oh, shit, somebody else's work?
No,
I don't know what that says about me.
It was all of this.
That can't be Mike's.
This is a talented guy right here.
No, I didn't realize the bigger picture here. I just knew this was another great piece of work by you, but I didn't realize that this is what it was all kind of leading up to. What advice would you give for someone at home who is maybe thinking about collaborating with another individual?
I think first of all, you got to let the pride go. As artists, a lot of times we're really stuck on things being just ours. And that goes, especially in the business world, you know, middle managers are bad about that. Even some hiring managers are terrible about not taking advice or collaboration because they want it to be theirs. And you really have to look at the big picture. Is this going to be successful or is it going to be mine? And sometimes those two things are mutually exclusive.
Yeah, you have to check the ego at the door.
Well, and what would be your advice, Linda, for someone who's thinking about, you know, joining in on a collaboration?
Well, in a business collaboration, if it's between two businesses, definitely contract well. So start with the end in mind, positive or negative. Like, so what do we want to accomplish together? What's our desired outcomes? Make sure that each person has a very clear idea of what the expectations are from each other. And that, clearly, that went really well with them.
Yeah, for sure. And if anyone at home wants to check out their displays, you can check it out through Saturday. We'll link you on our website at virginiafirst.com. Thank you all for being with us.
Thanks for having us.